Greetings from Johannesburg, South Africa. My name is Horesia Nyawade and I am one of the co-founders of Vuuqa.com. Vuuqa is a digital transformation firm, and our goal at Vuuqa is to provide platforms where African-owned brands and businesses can showcase, promote their product or service. The first main platform that we have is our website, which is an online marketplace, and people who make African brands or African creatives can sell their products on our platform. The second is the e-mag, which is an e-magazine, a digital editorial that we have to tell the narrative of African-owned brands and businesses. When we first started out Vuuqa, it was around, we would just import different artifacts we just import made in Africa items, most specifically clothes, from Kenya and then come and resell them in South Africa. But then we started to see that a lot of vendors or makers actually wanted to reach this market, and we kept playing the middleman role. So what we decided is how can we formalize this? How can we make this service available to more people? And that's where the idea of Vuuqa being online and people just being able to go to the website and shop for whatever it is they wanted without interacting with a human being. That's where the whole idea of Vuuqa came up. We launched Vuuqa in September 2018, and this was after several networking sessions during my MBA class where I met my co-founder Chiwela Nobe. It was during the sessions that we realized that there was no centralized platform for Africans to access African-owned products. So specifically, for example, the Maasai blanket from Kenya or the Zulu hat from South Africa. And what we learned from our research is that you really had to know someone from that country or visit that country yourself. And then once you do visit it, go somewhere downtown to actually purchase these items. So it was through these realizations that we came up with the idea and actually thought about it and said, why isn't there a centralized platform for us to get made in Africa artifacts? And that's where Vuuqa was born. Vuuqa is a combination between the word suka, which means market in Somali, and Vuuqa, which means to get up in isiZulu and to cross over in Swahili. So essentially when we say Vuuqa, we mean Africa Rise Up. We started Vuuqa by we went on to a program called Shopify because it had the easy access of dragging and dropping and just creating a website quickly so that we could be able to test this concept. And it was also easy to not involve a developer because we didn't really know if this is something that would work out or not. So we developed it on our own, designed it on our own, went out to the streets to talk to these vendors and ask them if this is something they would be interested in. And we helped onboard them by asking and checking the quality of their products, advising them on what international standards were, because if you're now going to start retailing across borders, then the standards are just much more higher in terms of quality and packaging and branding. And so that also influenced our digital transformation company, because through our journey we also realized that a lot of artisans are talented but did not know how to package their talent into an international viable brand. And that's where we came in, and those are the services that we provide also to just service providers, just trying to show them how can you market what you do online. So we started out as two partners, and now we have a third partner. His name is Mangoba Ringane. is our creative director and just assists with a lot of the creative design that goes behind Vuuqa. A typical day at Vuuqa is we work from home. I'm currently in my office in the house, and we meet 4 times a week. And Mangoba would come in here, and we'd always start our day just by planning what are the goals for today, what would we like to accomplish, whose task is assigned to whom, and then we break out into our different corners of the house, also known as the office, and we immediately go onto our laptops and start working. So, for example, every month we release the e-mag, and right now it's a couple of days to the end of the month. So we're working on just editing that online, which is different brands have submitted their stories. We're just looking at them and seeing how can we curate them to tell the best story, so that when the readers read about the brands, they're able to understand what these brands are really about and where they can find them and how they can purchase their products or services. So 100% or at least 98% of our work is done online on our laptops and needs a lot of stable internet. So this is an example of our whiteboard where we do a lot of brainstorming. This is a brainstorming idea for an article. These are our goals that we put up on the wall, and this is a look into the office where we work, and some people work on the couch. The biggest lessons we've learned about the industry is that the e-commerce industry in Africa is very different from the e-commerce industry globally. What that means is that we as Africans have not really adopted the use of the internet as we're not 100% reliable on it. We still rely on relationships and physically being and interacting with the service or product owner. So what we have learned is that just because you're doing business online, there's other platforms that are more suitable for our infrastructure and just our environment. So that platform, for example, is WhatsApp. So we are encouraging a lot of artisans to make use of the platform WhatsApp and build a community around that, where you can do some direct selling to your customers as a business and have your catalog on there, actually contact them with any concerns, organize for any kind of delivery. So you are doing business online through your WhatsApp. It's just not necessarily through an app like it's mostly common in the West, or a website. One of the biggest challenges that a digital business faces is that within the continent, the adoption rate is still very low. And that is due to a number of things. Maybe just, for example, in South Africa, it's actual data to get online is quite pricey. And then the second thing is just knowledge and knowing that, okay, how can I use the internet to get services or products? And that knowledge is not really widespread, and even just the trust of doing business online. So those are some of the challenges that we have to face, that other than what we are providing, we're still fighting to get people to really adopt this new fourth industrial revolution of doing business online or with tech as part of their lifestyle, to help Vuuqa actually grow and be relevant. A highlight of it, though, is because of, for example, what's happening in the world right now with the COVID pandemic. Then more people are open-minded to learning, how can I get my business online? How can I compete online? How can I offer similar services that I offer offline online? And so that's a highlight for us, because at least there is time for people to actually now listen to hear what does Vuuqa do, and actually maybe take it in and come to us for either consulting or even get their products on, or even have us feature them on our email. One of the biggest regulations that would assist in doing a business like this is intercontinental trade. So the transport system within the continent is not the best, which means sometimes it takes really long to deliver things from one point to another. So if the governments within the different countries are able to work to put that infrastructure in place to just make it a lot easier, then that would help a business, for example, like Vuuqa, to also provide our service a lot easier to our artisans that sell on our platform. The advice that I have for anyone who's trying to get into this industry or try something similar is to really do your market research, and also just find out if you have the right skills. So for example, at Vuuqa, we're always upskilling and learning how we can make sure that our search engine optimization is up to par, what's happening in terms of AdWords, how can people find us, how can our ranking go up. So finding a developer, someone with these skills, so that digital, just because you're online doesn't mean people will automatically find you. There's a whole new set of activities that you have to do to make sure that you are the first people find when they're looking for your kind of product or service. And that is a skill that we've had to learn and are also looking to acquire. So think about that when you're trying to get into this kind of industry. For COVID-19 in Johannesburg, we were hit by a total lockdown, which means there is zero movement. People are not working. We have to be home. It's not just social distancing. There's no walking out. So what that has done for our business is that even deliveries have been put on hold. What we are doing though, taking advantage of this time, is that we've opened up registration for Vuuqa. Is free registration until the 30th of June. So anybody from anywhere in the continent can actually go on and apply. If they make anything that's made in Africa, it doesn't matter if you are first generation African, you can be second generation African, you can be in the diaspora outside of Africa, but you're able to apply and see if we'll go through a process within Vuuqa to see if you qualify and sell your products online in an online marketplace and benefit from a network effect of the more vendors we have and the more customers. And just when a customer gets into Vuuqa, they're able to have a variety of products and use their card once and get their stuff delivered to them. So that's something that we're doing right now. If you're watching this, please go and if you know a friend or you yourself have a product, please go and apply for this opportunity that we're giving up until the 30th of November to get your product onto an online marketplace.
Here is a look at the website. When you log on to www.vuuqa.com, you can scroll down and shop by your category, or click on the different options, and then these are the brands that we have on, and we also have blog contributions. These are the different businesses we've been featured on, and this is an interview we had with CGT and Africa, and you can follow us on our social media. This is a copy of the e-mag that we put on an online publication. This was the April one, and if you just scroll, it's kind of like a normal magazine. You can see what's inside, and it's about a 12-page option, and I don't know why the internet, but you can see there's backlinks. So we have PDFs, but you can also click on the links to open up a new It's a